everyone, welcome back to tonight's value plays for DraftKings and FanDuel and DFS NBA. Today is November 18th. It's a Friday. It looks like a splendid Friday, although it is going to snow here in Minnesota at some point. Not really looking forward to that, but you know, we got NBA to keep us warm and toasty. Speaking of snow, I had plenty of snowflakes in my lineup last night, so let's hope that tonight's 10-game slate will set us up for more success. It's nice and bright and early here again, so the Vegas odds aren't all completely in. So stay tuned for the actual written post coming out later. That should have a little more info and depth there on Vegas projections if that's something that you're looking for. But for now, we'll work with what we got. There's a lot of talent tonight after a little 5-game slate. A lot of the stars should be back and well rested, namely guys like LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, other big players like that. Should be back and good legs under them. So that's good news for those who are looking for getting a superstar or two in there, which of course is what you want to do. There's also a lot of injuries. We're going to need to be monitoring some big names, players like Brow and Anthony Davis. Dwight Howard, Mike Conley, and Draymond Green. Those guys are all listed as questionable or doubtful at this point. So Andre Drummond's also out at this point. So that's going to make some impact on some value plays or teams playing against these players and their backups tonight. So keep close tabs on this all the way up to tip-off. NBA's changing, fast-paced. You just got to really be on the ball throughout the day. I mean, this is stuff that could change on the minute and on the fly. So just be ready to make some late swaps and have a backup plan to your backup plan. You know, that's kind of what you need to do. So all right, to get started here, we'll go to the point guard. And tonight, the guy I'm really going after is Jeff Teague. This line is in, and it looks like it's a 219 Vegas line. Teague gets a load of minutes, and he's the focal point. He touches the ball a lot, and yeah, this game should be high scoring, fast paced. Nothing wrong with that. Teague's averaging over 12 shots a game and 31.58 DK points on the season. Tonight's game, he's playing against the 24th ranked team DVP in the Suns, and they allow 54.3 points to the point guard position on the year. So that sounds good to me. When he's averaging 31 and they give up 54, there's a little bit of wiggle room there, and Teague's got a really high ceiling. So I'm really liking him tonight at only 6,500 on DK. The projections for him tonight and the optimizer are 37.4 on DraftKings. So, that's some really good value there. That's a 5x for sure, with a ceiling of 6 or 7. So you gotta like that. The other option is Dennis Schroeder for the Hawks. He's playing against the Hornets in Charlotte. He's been playing a lot better as of late as well. He's averaging over 13 shots a game and 30.27 DK points on the season. Kemba Walker is a very solid and good defender. They're only allowing 47.6 points to the position, so it should be a little tougher matchup for Schroeder, but he's going to get the minutes, he's going to get the opportunities, and he is averaging over a fantasy point a minute, so that sounds good to me for a guy who's probably going to play 30 plus minutes. And at only 5,900 on DK, he's another good option to find some value at the point guard position. If either of those guys don't do it for you, you can have another look at Ish Smith. I know I recommended him the other day and he didn't really pan out, but tonight's another pretty good matchup for him. He's only 5,400, so keep him in mind as well. At the shooting guard, looking over at Sean Kilpatrick once again. I know I told him Wednesday and he didn't do so well. He kind of panned out, but the guy's he's on the court a lot. He gets so much usage. It's just too hard to pass up. 28.8 usage rate. That's pretty darn good. So and he's averaging 1.02 fantasy points a minute. So over a fantasy point a minute, heavy usage rate, and he plays about 30 minutes a game. Sign me up for that. And he's only let's see here, he's only 5,300 on DK, so the price is right as well. This one should be another high-scoring game, and believe it or not much of a risk for blowout. The Nets and the Thunder. I mean, the Thunder are projected to win, I think, by 8. Last I saw, but that could be changing as well. So, yeah, Kilpatrick, I think, is a somewhat safe play. I mean, he's averaging 25 minutes, 12 shots, and 25.73 DK points a game. So his projection of 27.5 DK points is, I think, pretty solid. And Kilpatrick's got a higher ceiling as well. If those shots are falling that he's taken, he'll be in really good shape. At the small forward position, looking over at Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Gilchrist's averaging 35.3 minutes over his last 5 games. That's a lot of minutes for him. And, he's only shooting the ball 7-8 times a game. But 24.78 DK points average on the season at $5,100 DK. That's 5x. That's pretty good. And for a value play, that's what you're looking for. Tonight, the optimizer actually has him projected at 28.7 points. So should be a pretty good matchup and high-scoring game. So Kidd-Gilchrist, you could do worse at the small forward position. The other option I'm looking at is Maurice Harkless. He's going up against the Pelicans in New Orleans tonight. He's playing another guy playing over 30 minutes, and he's actually shooting the ball 10 times, averaging 22.79 fantasy points a game. So he's another option. He shoots the ball more than Gilchrist does, but he's got a really high ceiling tonight. And if Anthony Davis is out, Harkless should be able to do some damage in the paint. Let's see here. 27.39. He's projected 27.39 points tonight. So at $5,000 on DK, that's over 5x. So that's pretty good. And his ceiling's high. He can get 6-7x tonight if those shots that he's taken, the 10 shots, start to fall. If you're really looking, this is like GPP, like real punt play here, but if you're really looking to save some money or need to, you can look at Vince Carter. He's been playing very well, and yeah, he's dirt cheap. So if you're really, really looking to dig deep at the small forward position, check out Vince Carter. Power forward, looking over at Myles Turner. He might be a little bit more of a GPP only play here. He's $6,000 on DK. He's averaging 31.1 DK points, and that's all in just 28 minutes. So Turner is, a highly productive guy. He's averaging over a fantasy point a minute. His problem is minutes, and that's largely because he tends to get into foul trouble. With things like that, you just can't project. You just never know what's going to happen. So he's a little risky in that aspect. But tonight's matchup, he should be poised to play more. And if he can stay out of foul trouble, he can really, really do some damage against the Suns, who rank 25th in DVP at the power forward position. They're allowing 48.3 points a game to power forwards. So, a guy who can play 28 to 30 minutes and averaging 1.13 fantasy points a minute, it sounds pretty good to me. He's projected 35 points tonight, according to the optimizer. And again, at 6,000 on DK, that's pretty good value. That's just under 6x. So, Terrence Jones, he's another guy I'm going to be playing no matter what. If Anthony Davis is out, I think everyone will be playing him. If he is in, though, I still think he's going to get some heavy usage tonight. Just because they probably don't want to overdo it with Davis if he is a go and going to try to play. This game's got some blowout potential. Blazers have played 3 out of 4 nights here, so they're probably going to be a little tired, have some weak legs. So Jones coming off the bench, if that's the case, should be able to just eat up some minutes and some rebounds and just do it all. You know, um, Blazers are actually ranked 20th in DVP, and that with the 3 out of 4 games, that just really, really sounds like a good opportunity tonight. Yeah, if Davis is out, he's probably a lock for 30 plus minutes. The optimizer has him projected at 34 points tonight. So Terrence Jones and Myles Turner are some pretty good power forward options, I think, if you're looking to go cheap there. To wrap it up, we're going to look at the center position. Tristan Thompson, I just really like his price tonight, 4,700. And the Pistons don't have Andre Drummond. Baines, has been pretty solid in the DFS front, but he isn't a dominant defender or rebounder. So Thompson should be able to do what he does best and just fill up those peripheral stats tonight. And who knows, if he can somehow score 8 to 10 points, he's going to really be in good shape tonight. 4,700 projects out to be nearly a 6x guy tonight. They're projecting a 27.26 point game for him on DK. And he's averaging just under a fantasy point a minute. And that's with only shooting 4 or 5 times a game. So, like I said, if he hits all those shots or shoots a little more, gets the free throw line, things like that, Thompson will be meeting value, and that's what you're looking for when you're going cheap. So, with that, I wish you all the best of luck. Like I said, stay tuned to injuries, Vegas lines, things like that. Things are always changing, but for now, that's who I am going to be going with for value. All right, good luck, everyone.